After playing the role of Wolverine for 17 years, Hugh Jackman's Logan is finally on home video. Check the affiliate link below for more information. Hey, what's going on, everybody? My name is Matt Jarbo. This is 3 Buck Theater, and Universal today finally unveiled Dark Universe, their new cinematic franchise. That's what they're calling it. So it's not Universal's Monster Cinematic Universe. It's just called the Dark Universe. Sounds, I'm not going to lie, a little bit similar to something like Justice League Dark, something you would get from Warner Brothers, but Universal don't care. This is what they're going with. And this is what I talked about in a video last week, talking about how The Mummy kicking off this dark universe and what maybe to expect going forward. But we got a little bit of more info today, especially on what's going to be coming down the pipeline. So the next film after The Mummy is going to be Bride of Frankenstein, coming February 2019, directed by Bill Condon, who I do believe just did Beauty and the Beast. So his remake game is strong. That being said, I don't know why the hell they're starting off with Bride of Frankenstein. It's an interesting choice. It's a bold choice, and if done correctly, it could be good. It could be grand. I have no idea. But what we know is it's going to have that. It's going to have Javier Bardem is playing Frankenstein. Johnny Depp is the Invisible Man. You have Sofia Boutella, if I'm saying that wrong, I apologize. She's the Mummy. And you've got Russell Crowe's Dr. Jekyll and Mr. Hyde, and then Tom Cruise is just kind of in it. And I wonder, now, I made the theory the other day that Tom Cruise will become the Mummy for this. Like, that is the role he's going to be taking on, given what the trailers have shown us. You know, the Mummy, they awake, Amunet, she kind of imbues him with powers and then needs him to gain full strength herself, so only a monster can defeat a monster, sort of thing. So I'm wondering how much that's going to play into the overall narrative, and if at the end of the movie he's going to kill her and then take her powers, and then in the Dark Universe he then takes on the mantle of the Mummy, which would be interesting. Also, at the same time, I don't know how they're going to make it work. I just don't know. I'm up for anything. I'm down for it. I want to see the Mummy. But I'm just saying, I'm curious. And we know that Alex Kurtzman and Chris Morgan are kind of spearheading this. The press release talks a lot about how Chris Morgan has written 6 of the 8 Fast and Furious movies, how this last one propelled up to one of the largest openings ever. So clearly they're banking on his ability to write about a family, right? With family values and family, you know, it's all about the family. Taking on crazier, over-the-top shit, which really makes me wonder if the entire idea they're trying to push for here is kind of like Super Best Friends, but for monsters. I'm wondering that. I'm wondering if that's essentially what they're going to be pushing for. Now, keep in mind that they've also got Christopher McQuarrie going to come and direct one of these movies. David Koepp is going to come in and direct or write. I don't know. I'm not a big David Koepp fan. Not recently, at least. His work on Indiana Jones 4, kind of eh. His work on War of the Worlds was eh. I'm not a big Koepp fan anymore. His work in the early 90s was dope. You know, he wrote the first Jurassic Park. Wrote a bunch of other stuff that was good, but lately I'm not too sure, so we'll have to wait and see what happens with this. But Christopher McQuarrie is, oh yeah, he is boss in my opinion. So I am looking forward to seeing what he does inside this universe. Alex Kurtzman, again, being part of, you know, Orsi Kurtzman combo, them kind of splitting off. I'm curious to see what he's going to bring to the table without his partner, without the second half, his better half, to some might say. So I'll have to wait and see what happens with that. But Universal did give a little bit of information about what to expect from this in their Dark Universe press release by saying, this is what it says. It says, at its organizing principle, Dark Universe films are connected by a mysterious multinational organization known as Prodigum. Led by the enigmatic and brilliant Dr. Henry Jekyll, Prodigum's mission is to track, study, and when necessary, destroy evil embodied in the form of monsters in our world, working outside the aegis of any government, and with practices concealed by millennia of secrecy. Prodigum protects the public from knowledge of the evil that exists just beyond the thin membrane of civilized society and will go to any length to contain it. So it's pretty safe to say that in this context, Dr. Jekyll is also Nick Fury. That's essentially what it is. And I'm not against that. I'm not against that at all. The concept of this seems super interesting, and I've been really wondering what they're going to do, like what kind of things they're going to pull from. Universal is not only expanding upon this cinematic universe, they're also doing the King Kong Godzilla cinematic universe, and I have to wonder, do you think it could happen? Think about it. Think about it. They're more like, okay, hear me out here. Hear me out here. Let's look at this for a quick second from the prospect of how Marvel handles the MCU, okay? Since this is kind of the model they're pulling from, I have a feeling the two are going to converge and then probably fuck. What you've got is you've got Godzilla and King of Monsters, that entire franchise, okay? Godzilla, King Kong, they're going to be the good guys defending Earth from whatever kaiju comes its way, whatever kind of big cosmic monsters comes its way, similar to the Marvel Cinematic Universe and the core heroes from that particular ensemble. They protect the Earth from these great threats. Whereas you've also got the on-the-street heroes, right? The heroes of Hell's Kitchen from the Marvel's Netflix series that are going to be defending that area, like the stuff that is not world-threatening, but definitely maybe localized threatening. So that could entirely be where the Dark Universe ties into the King of Monsters. Now, I am 100% speculating, but I'm a bit of a betting man at times, and I would bet that this is something Universal has thought of, because they want to make Godzilla and they want King Kong to do very well, and they want to be able to expand upon that. And I think they're going to, because Godzilla did well 3 years ago. Kong Skull Island did surprisingly well. We know Godzilla versus King Kong is coming in 2020. Honestly, so will I. And then if they got this whole thing kicking off, they could tie the two together. It would be the most outlandish creation, I think, of all time in terms of cinematic situations. But let's be realistic for a moment here. Hollywood is not about creating these kind of scenarios anymore. They're not about creating the independent, small, singular-minded film. They're about creating big tentpole spectacles. And as we're seeing this particular year, it's not working as well as they wanted to. We've already got a couple big flops, or not big flops, but not doing as well as Guardians with King Arthur and Alien Covenant. So we know that there are things that aren't working out as well that they want them to. And so this could be something that they want to make. They want to bring it all to the big screen. I don't think they're going to do it. But at the same time, if they're ever in a pinch, tell me you wouldn't be there day one in the theater. You're just like, imagine fucking Frankenstein riding on the shoulder of King Kong going into battle. It would be amazing. It would be fantastic. But here's the thing too. And here's the reason why I say this could happen. Because I called King Kong versus Godzilla. I called that marriage back in 2014 when Universal was eyeing to leave Warner Brothers. I called that when I heard not Universal, when Legendary was looking to leave Warner Brothers. I looked at a friend of mine and I said, dude, I guarantee you, if they go to Universal, which is currently trying to get them over there, King Kong versus Godzilla will happen. My friend's like, nah, it's not going to happen. And then I'm like, what do you know? Bam, that summer they kind of announced Kong Skull Island and that merger and everything else. So we'll have to wait and see. This is going to be a couple of years off before any formal announcement, but if it happens, if this is what they do, you heard it here first, and then you can anoint me with your praise. Anyway, what do you guys think about this? Do you think Dark Universe is going to be something cool? Do you think it's going to be something stupid? Are you tired of these big tentpole cinematic universes? Or are you like me, and you're extremely cautiously optimistic? Because for one, The Mummy looks badass. I want to see it. Give me the monsters coming together again. Yeah, it's not Monster Squad. Oh my God. What if, because Universal owns the rights to Monster Squad, and in 2008, Rob Marshall was in talks to direct a remake of Monster Squad. What if all of a sudden Monster Squad, just, there's a whole thing. They, instead of being like, they think they're there to fight Prodigum. Okay, they think Prodigum is doing something in the town and Monster Squad shows up and you get Fat Kid. Oh God, they couldn't even make that movie today. I don't want to get off on tangent of that. That would just make me mad, but put a pin in that one because I have a feeling that will come the fuck back. But anyway, what are your thoughts on this? Let me know in the comments below. My name is, of course, Matt Jarbo. This is 3 Buck Theater. If you guys haven't already, thumbs up the video, subscribe to the channel, share this with your friends, get them in on the conversation. Let's talk movies. I'll talk to you guys later. Have yourself a great day. Peace out.